So before we get into the video, just like to thank everyone who watched my last video and liked it and subscribed. It was great. We almost got to 100 views on the video, which was a good start in my opinion. So if we can just grow this video and get more views and more likes, and hopefully my subscribers can go up, then that would be great. But anyway, getting into the video, this video is going to be about the top 4 prospects going into the NFL draft. And these prospects are Tua Tagovailoa, Jeff Okudah, Chase Young, and Joe Burrow. So our first person is Tua Tagovailoa, who's a quarterback, and he's coming out of Alabama, and he's 6'1" and 218 pounds. The first thing we're going to talk about with Tagovailoa is his injury that he just got off of, which was a bad hip injury that made him sit out a couple games at Alabama's last season. And he's also had knee and ankle history in the past, so he might not be as mobile as he used to be. He might not be able to get out of the pocket, so that could cause his game to go downhill, and he might get drafted a little bit later than he should have because of this. A lot of people thought he was going to go first until this injury. Getting to his actual game, he has really good accuracy for a quarterback. In all areas of the game, he can hit short passes really well. He can also hit long passes really well. Next thing is that he has really good pocket presence, and he knows that when he needs to get out of the pocket and how to find his receivers and just extend the play. For Tua Tagovailoa, his arm strength isn't the best or to the level of a Tom Brady or a Drew Brees in the NFL, but he'll be able to get the job done at the next level. A thing that scouts worry about with Tagovailoa is that they think he might have been a product of his team, because he had great receivers around him that he could get the ball to and could make moves on defenders and just run all the way to the touchdown. With Eric Weddle and Jerry Jeudy, he just had really good weapons around him, and scouts think he might have been a product of his team. Another thing that scouts worry about is the fact that he sort of leveled off from his sophomore to junior season, and the fact that he was better in his sophomore season. So that just shows that he might not be able to get any better than he was, and he just might not be able to improve going to the next level. So getting into Tua Tagovailoa's actual stats for the 2019 season, he threw for 2,840 yards, 33 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. He would have had more if he hadn't had to sit out because of his hip injury, so you have to take that into account. A good thing to look at with Tagovailoa is that he's a winner, and he came in his true freshman season and led Alabama to a championship in overtime against Georgia, and he's just very clutch in clutch moments, so that's good. A really good thing about Tua Tagovailoa is that he's very good in short and medium passes. He has a really quick release, so he's really good on slant routes and curls and just really short routes. The final bad thing about Tagovailoa is probably his height. He's only 6'1", and this is pretty small comparatively to the other NFL quarterbacks. He is expected to go to either the Dolphins or the Chargers in the draft. Next up, we have Joe Burrow, who's a quarterback out of LSU, and he is 6'4" and 216 pounds. First thing we're going to talk about with Joe Burrow is his stats for the 2019 season, which were 5,671 passing yards, 60 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and a really good 76% completion rating. These were crazy numbers and probably some of the best numbers for a quarterback of all time in college. Joe Burrow is just off a championship with the LSU Tigers when they beat the Georgia Bulldogs in the 2019 championship, which shows that he's a winner and that he can win under pressure. A good thing about Joe Burrow is that, sort of like Tua Tagovailoa, he knows when to be mobile and he can get out of the pocket and run and not be scared of contact. Joe Burrow is very good at keeping plays alive and extending plays to where his team advances down the field. Joe Burrow is not scared of the pass rush, and he's not afraid to take a hit while making a throw. Just like Tagovailoa, he doesn't have the amazing arm strength that you usually see in the NFL, but he's also very, very accurate like Tua Tagovailoa. Joe Burrow showed in his time at LSU that he's very good at throwing deep balls and is very accurate when doing so. Coincidentally, just like Tagovailoa, people thought he might have been a product of his team since he had great receivers in Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. Joe Burrow is expected to go number 1 overall in the draft to the Bengals. Next up, we have Chase Young, who's a defensive end out of Ohio State, and he is 6'5", 265 pounds. Obviously, with Chase Young, you're going to get a defensive end that's really, really fast and really strong off the edge, and he's going to be able to go in and sack the quarterback. The good thing about Chase Young is that he has amazing get-off time, and is really fast to the quarterback. And another thing is that he uses his hands really well to get past the outside lineman. Sometimes with defensive ends and defensive tackles, they don't go hard every play after the running back and quarterback. But that's not how it is with Chase Young. He always goes hard every play. Even when Chase Young is not sacking the quarterback, he's still disrupting in the pass rush because he's drawing double and triple teams, which opens up 1v1 opportunities for his other teammates to get to the quarterback. The thing that is really appealing about Chase Young is that he can step back and defend the pass coverage, and he can sort of take upon a linebacker role at times, which is a really great feature. Chase Young is great at getting the quarterback, and when he does, not just sacking the quarterback, but getting the ball out of his hands and forcing the fumble. He had 6 forced fumbles in the 2019 season. The great thing about Chase Young is that he learned from the best with Nick Bosa, who did amazingly well in his first season in the NFL. He is great at getting to the quarterback and finding the ball. He had 16.5 sacks and 46 tackles on the season. Chase Young is expected to go in the top 3 in the draft to either the Giants or the Redskins. Next player we're going to talk about is Jeff Okudah, who's a lockdown corner out of the Ohio State Buckeyes, and he's 6'1", 200 pounds. First thing that's good about Okudah is his size and speed allows him to guard every receiver no matter what their shape is. He can guard really tall receivers because he's a taller cornerback, and he can also guard quicker receivers because he's really fast. Jeff Okudah's speed also allows him not to be beat over the top, so he's not going to be able to be beat deep in the NFL. Jeff Okudah's stats for the 2019 season were 3 interceptions, 9 pass breakups, 35 tackles, and 2 forced fumbles. A really positive thing about Jeff Okudah that scouts are looking at is the fact that he's good in both man and zone coverages. If I were to look at which one he's better at, I would say man, because of his ability to just lock up his defender or the wide receiver he's going up against and make sure the wide receiver doesn't get the ball. A really good thing about Jeff Okudah is that he's not afraid to make tackles. He's a really physical cornerback, and he can make tackles off the edge in space and force fumbles. Scouts think he'll be the next best lockup cornerback in the league, and that he'll be similar to Jalen Ramsey. The last thing we're going to look at is the fact that great cornerbacks have come out of Ohio State, and Okudah will probably be more of the same. Jeff Okudah is expected to go top 5 to the Lions. Before I end the video, just thanks for watching, and if you could subscribe and like the video, that'd be great. And also comment down below what I should do next on my channel. Thanks for watching.